It's showtime synergy.
My ears hurt extra today.
Extra hurt?
Yeah, like the headphones always kind of bug my ears, but today it's because I'm on this fucking meat and veggie diet.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip, and for the next 30-ish minutes, we're going to discuss things that we found were kind of interesting, cooler, fun, and entertaining in the news. I think news is a strong word.
News is loose.
Yeah.
News is loose for what we talk about here.
Exactly.
Although I have recheck up, but before I do that, welcome Tom Krajewski.
Hi, Tom Krajewski.
Hey.
Hi, Tom Krajewski.
All right.
No, I have a follow-up.
You have a follow-up?
Yes, on the space elevator.
Oh, yeah?
Because I have a channel on my cable box that is it's basically like Japanese CNN.
Oh, what?
It's called like HKI or something like that.
cool.
Top down!
But it's fucking top down.
What?
That is how it's supposed to be. They start with a geosynchronous satellite, and here's the crazy thing. They build it in both directions. Because if they build it down, it'll start pulling the satellite out of geosynchronous orbit. So they make two elevators, one going to Earth, one going way away the other way, just to counterbalance it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Science.
Okay, you know what's
Science.
crazy is I went through all our fan emails finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week, not all of them, all the ones you hadn't read yet.
Yes. So some of them.
Yeah, so some of them. But someone actually wrote in and said, I actually work in... He doesn't work in space.
I work in space. I work at an IKEA.
Yeah.
In space.
He's an engineer or something. He's like, top down wouldn't work because it would pull it out of gravity.
The Japanese have
fucking
figured it out.
Japanese.
Just double the cord. One shitting out the back, one shitting down to Earth.
Ew.
Yeah, isn't that
the
great?
scientific
Where's it
term?
going to go? Does it tether to something in space or no?
The satellite. So there's a satellite in
Right.
space,
Okay.
and its job is to make this elevator and put links and like links.
Right, but one going the opposite direction.
one
of Earth.
going out into space. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Whoa.
Who
Just
cares?
a tail counterbalance, and then one going. But here's the thing: you can get your stuff up to the satellite, and then you can be like, "Well, shit, let's take the elevator up even farther."
All right.
Because they can go up doubles.
Double doubles.
Yeah, and by the way,
Are you
it's-
wasted?
No.
What's double doubles?
Double doubles is that you can go twice as far in space, like an in and out double.
Exactly. Oh, I want that so badly
Yeah,
right
I
now.
could use
I know there's a lot of carbs in it.
Well, I'm doing this thing where I'm trying not to eat carbs and sugar for a week, and it's making me a fucking crazy person.
First off, you're not trying to not eat carbs and sugar. You haven't eaten
I
carbs and
haven't.
sugar since like Monday. You said
Since Monday. Yeah, so it's been... this is day 5 for me.
so. This is gonna be a weird show for Haislip.
Yeah. Well, here's what's fascinating
She's
to me.
drunk on
When
health
I
food.
was 19...
Yeah.
When I was 19, I dated a guy who was 28.
Whoa, I like
Yeah,
this story.
what? But obviously, I thought everything he did was like correct and right and all. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
an
I looked up
adult
to him.
choice.
Yeah, exactly. And he did not eat carbs. It was like when Atkins was really
Yeah.
popular,
Mm-hmm,
and he wasn't eating carbs. And he always he always felt a little out of it to me, but I just kind of
Interesting.
I thought he was like mysterious and cool or whatever.
Really,
and
he was
now
just
looking back on it,
starved
I'm
for
like,
energy.
oh my god, it's because he was on this fucking ridiculous diet.
That's amazing.
Now I kind of want to put a big bowl of M&Ms out here.
No,
Attempt-
Tom, I will murder you. I will literally murder you and then eat M&Ms over your dead body.
That's kind of how I always wanted to go out.
Yeah.
Someone eating M&Ms.
You know what?
It's
It's murder by, or what is it? Suicide
Yeah.
by friend.
sure.
Anyway, I only have to survive 2 more days. I'm only doing
And then
this.
that's it.
And then that's it.
How do you?
I just wanted to do a week of like eating really clean and healthy.
Yeah, but do you feel better? I mean, it seems like you should feel
physically-
really good,
Yeah.
right?
I like how I look. Does that make sense? Like I
Sure.
feel like I'm like a little tighter in like places that maybe I wasn't so tight before.
Right.
You mean in the M&M bag?
Yeah. So I like that, and I go through phases. Like it's not like all day I feel terrible. It's just like kind of in the morning and at night I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I
Yeah.
get going, and I actually do feel very energetic, and I don't.
How's your sleep?
I sleep really well,
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
and I don't. I normally want to take naps in the middle of the day, and I haven't felt that at all.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's something to it, but
Yeah.
I definitely feel it in my brain. It's like my body's okay. It's my brain that feels a little like not firing on all synapses.
Well, 'cause I mean,
because it's probably not.
Yeah, because I think a lot of us are, like addicted to sugar and addicted to you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and not addicted in like the heroin way, but in a way that you go through withdrawals when you don't have.
I totally did after my first day. I had
the other thing
headache.
is sugar is in fucking everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yes.
I'm doing the 4-hour body thing, dude. You can't even. But like, you can't get like peanut butter, like or tomato sauce. So like, we have this.
Oh yeah, they put a lot of sugar in tomato sauce.
They put it in
and,
fucking
like, pasta
everything.
sauces. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then you go to the store and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm buying this one peanut butter because it's of the 50 fucking peanut butters, it's the only one that's not peanuts, sugar, honey, sugar, cane sugar. It's like, what the fuck? It's like peanut butter is just ground up peanuts. Come on.
Oh man.
But it's true. But and I do the 4-hour body thing. And I got the lentil pasta, which was mind blowing.
I really want to try that.
It's crazy. It's good. Like it literally says. I mean, we actually are a little worried that it's just lying to us. Like it's that like much like pasta that it feels like there's no like there must be other things.
Can I try a box? Do you have extra boxes?
I think I'm down to my last box, but I'm also need to reorder, so I will give you one.
Yay!
Yes,
Sweet.
But anyway, it's so sugar. So we're constantly eating sugar without even knowing we're eating sugar for the most part. For most people who are just go about their day just eating stuff.
Right. I know, it's insane.
So then we get used to having
well,
sugar
hopefully,
all the time.
you know what I've learned a lot from doing this podcast?
Yeah.
Is that people actually listen.
No. Wait, what?
I had a couple people tweet me. Do you remember last week we talked about the fucking motion flow on TVs?
Yeah.
Some people tweeted me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that was it."
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, I know.
Oh my god.
So I'm hoping maybe people will listen to this podcast and
be
they'll
like,
be like,
"What do you mean there's sugar in my peanut butter?" And then they look at it and they're like, 17 grams of sugar per spoon.
You're like, "Fuck."
Yeah. It's crazy.
Speaking of people listening, how about we get to some emails?
I love it. So
I'm going to do the emails today.
I was going to say, Allison was like, you know what? Give me the email. I'm going to check this out. And
Alex finally gave me access to our email account. And so I spent some time yesterday and went through all the ones he hadn't read.
Alex, you kind of look naked without the computer in front of you.
I know, it's weird. I don't know what.
To Allison
where do I put my hands?
I'm in charge.
My hands are just floating around the microphone.
I am in charge. I feel so powerful. Okay, well, first off, speaking of stories we talked about last week, a couple people wrote in about your car story.
Yes.
Which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
This guy, Tom Wing, wrote in and said, apparently you have listeners everywhere. I listened to your most recent podcast and saw this article shortly afterwards. And it's on MSN.com. And it is about, wait for it.
Waiting.
Your internet is slow. There you go. Hidden dangers of push button start.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Yeah. The problem is that people do what you do kind of frequently. But the problem is, what we didn't think about is if people do that and it's in their garage.
Ooh, carbon monoxide
poisoning. People can die of carbon monoxide poisoning in their own homes.
Electric cars.
Hey, man. Electric cars.
So how crazy is that?
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that would be bad. I mean, you don't want cars, or even if it was like a small parking garage.
Thank God your garage is our recording studio and you don't actually park your garage. Your car in the garage.
Yeah, we do not park our garage in the studio garage. Yeah. We have a separate garage shed for garages.
All right, so wait, here's a couple other ones. James Robinson wrote, "Hello, Allison, Alex, and Ted."
That's good. I was thinking of a name change.
Amazing.
I
like more
Ted. Like a Ted. Last year, parking at work, I also left my car on, but I left mine on the entire 8.5-hour work day.
Oh, shit.
I park in a garage that is really noisy, and my car is really quiet with the engine running. Mm-hmm. I must have been in a fog because I could not lock my car remotely, so I just hit the lock button in the car and walked away.
Yep.
It wasn't until I got in to go home that evening that I realized that the engine was running, and this was only after trying to start the engine. So, Alex, don't feel too bad. At least you only left yours on for 4 hours. Extreme senior moment, James.
That is amazing.
So, like, if I'm in my car and I turn it on and my keys are outside the car, which I've done, and I've driven it, the car starts to beep to let me know that the keys are not with me.
Right.
So why don't your keys beep when your car's on and you're far away from it?
That's interesting.
Like vibrating.
Well, first off, I think, to be honest, I think it comes from a laziness in car technology. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, think about all the crazy shit that we have like in our phone.
Yeah.
Why is it that 90% of the cars out there have barely just now got navigation in them?
True.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just, okay.
I mean, I really think that it just comes down from, it's the reason why Apple was able to make the iPhone, and it was such a meteoric leap over regular telephone companies.
That they're like, oh, we're good.
Well, it's because I've always said the reason is because Nokia's newest phone is always designed based on Nokia's last phone.
Okay.
Not on what is today's current best idea for a phone.
Good call.
Like, forget that you know what a cell phone is. And that's what Apple did. They said, we don't know what a cell phone is. Let's make what we would consider the best cell phone right now.
Right.
And that's why it was so different.
Do you also feel like cell phones have become way crappier at being phones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
phone
actually
is like the
talking
last thing they do.
I don't even think I even use it for calls anymore.
Yeah, right.
I know. All right, here I got another one from Chad Hott, I believe.
Ooh. Chad Hott.
His email is from the Dallas Comedy House, so that sounds important and official. Thanks,
Sure.
Chad.
We like comedy.
That's just what he calls his basement. It's Chad Hott here from the Dallas Comedy Club, a.k.a. my basement.
Okay, he says, Dearest Allison and Alex, oh, hey, Tom.
Oh, hey.
I kid.
Oh, you kid, are you? I'm going to get
Thank you, Alex, for your courage in sharing your story about leaving your car running while you were away for 4 hours. It has allowed me to now share my story.
Amazing.
I once went to see a movie, and when I pulled in, was listening to a podcast, probably Dignation or TRS. There you go.
Smart man.
And was situating my phone or pulling my headphones off or something, so I broke my normal process of turning off my car, being a normal human being, etc. While walking back to my car, I felt my pocket for my keys and panicked because they were not in there. I thought maybe they fell out of my pocket in the theater, but I figured I was halfway to the car, so I checked to see if I left them in the car. When I got to my car, it was still running.
Yeah, buddy.
A couple of things made me laugh. I live in Dallas, Texas, and it was midsummer, therefore hot as balls out, so it was kind of nice that the car was nice and cool after 2+ hours.
That totally happened with me.
That's hilarious.
I got in and I was like, ooh, it's nice and chilly in here.
Also, I imagined several people approaching my car to steal it and then being like, no way, this is a trap. Or he's probably coming right back.
Yeah.
I was riding my bike when I told your story. Oh, when I heard your story, I think. And I busted out laughing near some people on the bike path with me. I do that a lot listening to you guys. Yay!
He almost gets in accidents
I know.
on his bike.
I have to read this one, too. This is from Brian San and Anders and Andres. Whatever.
San Andreas.
It's entitled, Hey Siri.
Ooh.
Because you know how you're always like, hey Siri.
Yeah. Hey Siri, what's going on?
Okay, so this is, hey Siri, Alex, Allison. You have nothing on your calendar. You are a boring human being.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, Alex, Allison, and Tom. Firstly, I have good news. You have more than one listener named Brian.
Yay! Two Brian.
I think this is our third Brian, actually.
Third Brian.
I know.
We gotta
He
keep
goes,
track.
although the other one sounds a lot more exciting than I am.
Well, he did almost die in Japan.
we have Japan Brian, and we have Brian who got locked in a trunk, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this
Trunk
is Brian
Brian.
number 3.
Brian.
All right.
Brian. Trunk Brian.
This is the thing. Secondly, there is a bar in NYC called The Garage. It's down on 7th and Grove. I don't know if we're making it to New York Comic Con anymore, which is a bummer.
Yeah, I know, sad panda.
I know, but it would be awesome to do a meetup at a place called The Garage. So that will still be in our brains.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, when Alex said, hey Siri, my iPhone interrupted the podcast to see what I wanted from Siri.
Amazing. But by the way, he's not able to hear this podcast because we've said it like 4 times.
After canceling her, Tom reiterated it like 3 more times, each time further interrupting the podcast playback in my car. Thanks, guys, for inadvertently trolling me on my 4-hour weekly commute from the Jersey Shore to Altoona, Pennsylvania. Wait a minute. What? You live at the Jersey Shore and you work in Altoona, Pennsylvania? Mm-hmm. Why?
Some people do that. I used to know a guy that lived in Big Bear and then worked down in Santa Monica.
No, what?
But here's the thing.
my
He had a
gosh.
boat in the marina, and so his family lived in Big Bear, and he would be there all weekend, and then Monday he would drive down, and then he would spend Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night on his boat, and then Friday drive back to Big Bear.
That's
It's
Wow.
stupid, but that was what he did.
That's insane.
Hey,
All
Siri.
right. Do we have time for one more? What do we think?
Yes.
Okay. I like this one from Sean Griffin entitled I Am a Martian.
Sweet.
Hey, Alex, Allison, and Super Volcano.
Yeah,
By the way,
it's starting to stick. It's starting to stick.
Something I learned that's interesting from reading all these fan emails, a lot of you guys spell my name with 2 L's. That confuses me, considering my name is in the title of the podcast
Oh,
with 1 L.
interesting.
Pay attention.
Yeah, read the credits.
For some reason
exactly.
they spell Alex's name right.
I know.
All the time.
And weirdly, mine
Why
has
is
2 L's.
That would look weird.
A-L-X.
By the way, a lot of people did write in to say that, I think we talked about this already, but you were correct in the pronunciation of macaques.
Macaques?
Yeah, I know.
Macaques.
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 Anybody want to
Macaques
touch macaques?
Macaques. I apologize. Okay, anyway, Sean Sean says, I love the podcast. Alex, I've been a fan of yours since pre-Dignation. Allison, I think you're great on BattleBots. And Tom, you seem pretty chill.
Thanks.
He does.
I wanted to add something you mentioned during last week's podcast when you guys talked about the 1-year simulation of life on Mars.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say that I have done a similar thing, although for only 2 weeks. I participated in a simulation at the Mars Desert Research Station, which is located in Utah. For my mission, I was assigned as the crew's chief engineer, which feels so Star Trek-y and appropriate given my technical experience. You guys were joking about the crew journalist, but believe it or not, outreach and documentation will be very important for these kinds of missions.
No, it won't.
Keeping the
no.
keeping the public interested is the only way that huge projects like this will ever gain any ground. I guess that makes
That's
sense.
true.
So don't kill the journalist first. Kill the other people, and then make sure the journalist lies.
Okay.
About the
Amazing.
fact that you killed the
that's
other people.
smart.
That's really smart.
By the way, I'm a professional astronomer, about to get my PhD literally weeks away. Fuck yeah, go
Yeah,
Sean.
dude.
Congrats.
I work on an array of giant telescopes, and I would love to do a Q&A with you guys someday if you want to ask some space questions or just fact check some of your discussions, because I hate to say it, sometimes you guys don't get the science quite right. For example,
I don't know about that.
you cannot build a space elevator from the top down.
Japan thinks so. Japan thinks so.
Well, we didn't think about also going top up.
Yeah, boom. Double
All right,
skis.
so-
It's a double
Still
decker.
don't know.
And then he says, P.S. I'm an avid home brewer, and I'd love to hook you guys up
cool.
some beer for a recording. Oh, unfortunately, I can't ship across the border. How about having a podcast here in fantastic Montreal?
Canada?
I'll drive down and pick
Canada?
up all the booze and transport it illegally.
There you go.
I'll do that.
Yeah, you'll be our
Like it's Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
He's
All
going to
right.
make a booze run up across the border.
Across
Or a
the
six
border.
pack.
Why? I don't know. He wants the
It was
excitement.
free beer.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't
He wants to save the $7.95 for the case of beer. So, first off, did we get the email that started with Tom and the holograms? Because that was
No.
fantastic.
Oh, what was there? Was one who wrote that?
Tom.
Shoot. Someone wrote us. I forget who it is. Someone wrote us an amazing email that just started with, Hey, Tom and the holograms,
I fucking love that.
which I kind of want that to be the actual name of our podcast.
By the way, we need to just
Here it is, Eric Eilertson. He's super popular at Binging, but he says, Dear Tom and the holograms.
Sweet.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Eric, that was genius.
Thanks, man.
I want to get that. Somebody's got to make the theme song to Gem and the Holograms, but make it Tom and the Holograms.
Yes.
About the half-hour happy hour.
It's
Yes.
your glamour, fashion, and fame. It's Tom.
I love it. Tom.
Tom, that was amazing.
I love it.
I'm all about glitter and
All
glamour.
right.
Should we start
so-
stories?
We should. Do you want to?
Oh my God, am I going to do the stories
Well,
too?
you picked a couple.
I feel so powerful.
Isn't it
Wow.
fun?
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Actually, we're doing some stories that some of you people emailed in because they were so entertaining. So this one is from Paul Hood. He's from Kentucky,
Yeah.
Okay.
and guess what's in Kentucky?
Bourbon.
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 There's a lot of bourbon.
Derby.
It's actually part of the story.
So yeah, that is part of the story. Because recently, the Jim Beam isn't made in Kentucky. A Jim Beam warehouse got struck by lightning,
Yeah.
Awesome.
and like
Exploded.
800,000 gallons of bourbon. I might be making that number up, but a lot of bourbon
2 million
got
gallons. 2
poured
million.
into there's like a
Holding pond?
river, a pond.
Yeah.
next to it, and all the alcohol poured out of the warehouse into the water and was on fire because it got struck by lightning, and it had
Jeez.
perfect conditions in this pond to create a tornado of fire.
That is
A fire tornado.
A fire-nado.
Dude.
It-
It was
First off, the fact that fire tornadoes exist
yeah.
is a scary
That's
shit.
a thing.
Yeah,
Seems
and
like
the
a-
video,
That is a
the
thing.
video of it is ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys have to find the video.
They're like 40-foot columns of fire.
The video is entitled "Lightning Struck Jim Beam Factory Leak Causes Fire-nado." Find it, look
Yeah.
it up. It's unreal.
Yeah, and I like how casual the guy is talking about it.
Yeah,
He's like, the fire tornadoes take
Yeah.
its heat and circular energy up north of 400 feet.
It seems like a fire tornado breaks every law of physics, which proves
Physics sucks.
physics is wrong.
Yeah, physics is bullshit.
Physics is totally wrong.
Physics just explains stuff like things falling over.
yeah.
But when it comes to fire tornadoes, everything's out the window.
Everything's good.
Yeah, you can make this in your sandwich.
But like, shouldn't that be the next instead of Sharknado? Firenado.
By the way, if Firenado came out, like somebody did a knockoff of Sharknado as called Firenado, I'd be like, doesn't exist.
Lame.
I believe in Sharknado more than I believe in
totally.
Firenado.
What about like
Spidernado?
Oh, I was just thinking Spider Cane.
Spider cane. Ooh, that sounds terrifying.
A spider hurricane.
Oh, a spider hurricane.
Yeah.
Spider cane.
Spider Nami.
A spider Nami would be just a wave of spiders. A giant 90-foot wave of spiders.
I said that. I hate that visual. That's the worst.
Spiders are the worst.
I want a puppy.
They are the fucking
storm.
worst.
I want a puppy storm.
Puppy storm
Puppy
seems
storm
nice.
sounds adorable.
Wait, when they land, that might not be so good.
Yeah, just like a
splash.
Have you seen that Vine video that kind of went viral this week? That they're like a guy sneaks up. There's a puppy that's tearing up a lot of paper, and the guy sneaks up with it, like recording it, and the puppy just stops and looks at him for a second, and then just attacks him.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
And
it's like must kill the witness.
The title of the Vine was dog caught eating paper decides best way out is kill the witness. And the best part of that whole Vine is the way the dog drops the paper.
Yeah, and just
because
stares.
he actually goes like, bleh, like his tongue, full on, like he literally is just like, bleh, and then just pounces. It's amazing. Although I have to say, the best Vine thing that I saw, was you saw the thing with all the like vomiting rainbows that Snapchat can do.
Yeah, that disturbs me so much.
It does, but somebody did Donald Trump doing it at the GOP debates because he kind of has this like. I guess somebody said something he didn't like because he has this sort of like he's like rolling his eyes in this really funny way and then kind of goes like like this, but it has the like rosy cheeks and then he goes like this and he's just like and then the rainbows. It is the most amazing thing ever. I'll show it to you guys later.
Oh man.
Well, did we get any other fun stories from our
Yes, there's another one. This one's from Lawrence. Oh no, this is from Corey.
All right.
Okay.
His email says Lawrence, and then it says from Corey.
I know that has happened a bunch.
There was a New Jersey daycare center charged for running a toddler fight club.
No, what?
Yes.
No.
Now, of course, it's New Jersey.
Yeah, of course.
My
Why
home
was
state.
It not in Florida? Because that would also make sense.
Good point. But so two workers at Lightbridge Academy in Cranford organized fight club style. Yeah, Cranford, New Jersey. They organized fight club style brawls. I can't talk. Among the dozens of toddlers they watched over.
Sounds adorable.
And then posted footage of the fights to Snapchat.
Now, come
People,
on, idiots.
Number one rule of Fight Club.
Don't post it to Snapchat.
Don't post it to Snapchat.
Something like that.
But yeah, these kids were like between 4 and 6, and they would like literally like make them fight. And then they thought, what? Like, why would they think? First off, why would you do that in the first place? But then why would you post it to fucking social media?
See, this is the thing I got to say. I think that I don't know. Like, if I had a kid, I'd be hard pressed to put them into like a daycare thing because there's some fucking creepy, shady looking daycares out there in the world.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, I've driven by a couple where I'm like, oh my god, I would never. Like, there are dog daycares where I was like, I would never send a dog to that daycare, let alone children. Like, some of them, it's just like. It's crazy.
I know.
And the crazy people.
How do you background check all this stuff?
I don't know. I mean, is there like a. Yeah, they're just like, take my baby. I got to go work.
Take my baby.
Take my baby.
Not too trusting.
Take my baby.
Yeah, harden my baby up in this baby fight club ring.
Oh my gosh.
I would think the fight would be over right away because one kid's going to start crying right away after the first hit.
Yeah,
and that's just annoying
like,
to hear a crying.
Have you seen that video of the two kids, like the two like 3 or 4 year old kids doing karate? In a tournament, and they're all just basically like kicking the air near each other, but neither one of them ever touches each other.
Right,
and they're both just like
It was awesome.
It's amazing.
I love it.
That's what I think this fight club probably looked like.
Oh man, like part of me, like the part of me that just wants to know more, kind of wanted to look up.
I know the videos.
Yeah.
Would the kids have come home with any bruises? You think?
Well, it
that's
depends.
what I mean.
Is
But then
this
you
like
could be like,
they
well, they
fell
got
off
in a
the-
fight, or
But is this
Swing.
like Thunderdome style, where there's like weapons that you can get, like fluffy
oh my gosh, what if it's like
toys?
a bunch of Nerf guns and stuff like that?
Oh, man.
Hunger Games.
Oh,
They're training for the Hunger Games.
shit.
The diaper games.
I wonder if the diaper
There you
games.
Oh my god, you're
Boom.
so proud of that, Tom.
Yeah.
Boom. The mic
Why are
has
you so
dropped.
proud of that?
The diaper games. But
I don't know.
I wonder if there is a world in which we're going to get into a place where society needs like Hunger Games style fighting.
I hope so.
If
I wanna
Trump
be
becomes
Katniss.
president, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, he'll just be like, "That sounds like a good idea." I just saw.
Yes.
Hey, I just saw this movie on Air Force One.
Why don't we get this going?
Why don't we do this Hunger Games
Where
thing?
are the poor people? Just make them do it.
Yeah. Why don't we have an island called Hunger Games Island? And then nobody pays taxes there. You can just go if you want. But every year, somebo's got to compete to the death.
Yeah, it's the Hunger Games.
It's the Hunger Games Island.
Oh, my gosh.
That'd
Did
be
you ever
fun.
read The Long Walk?
Is that a book?
It's a
Because
Stephen
we don't
King.
read books. No.
Was it turned into a movie or TV show or
No.
video game?
Because we might have done that.
Yeah.
It's a Stephen King book from like the 70s.
Okay.
But it's kind of the first Hunger Games.
Really?
It's about it's in the United States, and it's for whatever reason every state has to send one representative every year.
Yeah.
And these kids just have to walk from one location to another location, and whoever survives the longest, like that state gets something special for the next year.
Oh, so it's literally just like, good luck.
yeah,
Just walk.
yeah, but
that way.
they televise the whole thing, and it's like the military like walks alongside of them because if any kids try to escape, they just get shot and killed. Like it's insane.
Jesus.
Yeah. But it's a great book.
It sounds.
It's like Logan's Run.
yeah.
Yeah.
The book's from the 70s.
I think so. Yeah,
So it's old.
yeah.
Oh,
Probably going to be in black and white. I'm
yeah,
not going to
probably
read
black
it.
and white.
Not reading it.
All books are in black and white. Tom.
Not my favorite books. Little pop-ups.
Any
they
pictures
talk
in
to
this
me.
book? Any
Yeah,
colored
Teddy
pictures?
Rupskin.
Teddy Rupskin. Oh, someone wrote in my toy that I was talking about was named Alfie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Alfie.
Do you want to read the other two
No,
stories?
because I haven't read them. I don't know what they are.
You could start.
Oh God! Giving the computer back to Alex.
Oh, God, this feels good.
Now you're
This
back.
feels right.
Good. Now I can lounge on the couch again.
Puppy Fight Club.
Puppy Fight Club. What?
All right, ready for this?
Yeah. Wait.
All right, we'll do a little science. How about
Hold
we start
on.
with a little science?
I did something weird. I have my. Oh
What?
God. I got my cord tangled around my
you
ankle.
lounged incorrectly? Is that what happened?
This is why you can't give me responsibilities.
Yeah.
Done. We will remove that from the. By the way, what do you think of the? Does it taste lemony or limey?
Alex gave me a water with he convinced me it's
It is
a lemon.
It's a lemon tree.
But it is green.
Right, but does it taste like lemon or lime?
Is it just a young lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It honestly just tastes like citrusy.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then the system works.
Okay.
We have a tree that's a lime tree, and I was like, we have all these lemons on the tree that don't look like lemons.
But you just said you had a lime tree.
We also have a lime tree, but the lemon tree is
Doesn't.
like doing well, but all the lemons are green. So I was like, but my gardener was like, well, you can wait until they turn yellow, but it's going to take a long time. But they're ripe and ready to go. It's just
Really?
you would just be waiting for them to turn yellow.
Your gardener's messing with you.
I think so. But anyway, you have some in your glass now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
All right, here we go.
Moving on.
Now you see it, now you don't. Invisibility cloak nears reality.
it. What?
That's cool.
They have actually got to a point where they're figuring out how to do invisibility cloaks.
And is it with the multi cameras like
Nope.
placed on your body?
Nope.
Like,
Nope. It's not the like rear, because they do that thing where the guy's like has like basically
right.
a camera pointing forward back behind him and then a projection screen in front of him. So basically
Right.
you're just seeing a projection of a thing. That's pretty janky. This is actually using a new nanofiber.
Ooh.
And it's this wrap, and they've been able to wrap around three-dimensional objects and shapes with bumps and dents, and the cloak's surface reroutes light waves scattering from the object, making them invisible to optical detection.
insane.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, but here's the crazy part. So
Okay.
it's let me see if I can find out where it is. There it is. So it's they successfully tested an ultra-thin invisibility cloak made of microscopic rectangular gold blocks that,
sorry,
like
what?
skin, conform to the shape of an object and can render it undetectable with visible light.
Oh my gosh.
So, are you-
microscopic gold blocks?
So
Yeah.
does it look like you're looking through the object? I mean,
So
if
that
you
I can't.
I don't. Get
Well, but see, so
that.
this is. I don't understand if it. And this is one thing. It's not super clear because it basically the whole concept is if light bounces back and I see it,
Yeah.
that's how I see that something's there, right?
Right.
So if you scatter the light so that it's not actually bouncing back into my eyes, then I can't see the thing that the light is bouncing off of. So it didn't say whether it was completely invisible, like I can see through it, or if it was vague.
It's a gray blob in front
I
of you.
think it must be the blob thing.
But
It's
it
like
can't just be
a fuzzy
blob because then
ghost.
it's like, what's that? You know what I mean? But if you think about it, like, if it's more like a mirage kind of a thing,
Yeah.
where you're seeing sort of like parts of the background, so you know that something weird is over there in the corner, but you have no idea what it is.
Wouldn't that draw more attention to it?
Well, not if it was a tank. You know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be like
blurry tank.
people are just going to think that we're seeing ghosts now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody could just walk into a party and be like, fuck off, I'm a ghost. Anyway, so here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. Ghosts are assholes. Come on. Here's the cool part, right? So the scientists said...
I feel like ghosts are assholes should be another one of our t-shirts.
Ghosts are assholes.
Ghosts
Why
are
do you keep
assholes.
moving things? Do something productive.
What the fuck, ghost?
Make me a sandwich. Don't just move my soda so it looks weird. Anyway, so the scientists said it may take up to 5 years. It may take 5 to 10 years to make this technology practical. But here's the crazy thing. We do not see fundamental roadblocks, but much more work is needed to be done. But they basically have sort of gone, we figure it out. Like, we think we have figured out how to do it on a small scale. We think we can apply it to a bigger scale, but we have to kind of figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
But they're like, but we don't see anything in the science that says this can't be done.
Wow.
Right.
So it's like fucking
coming,
full on
man.
happening.
All right. Invisibility cloaks, because shit isn't going to get weird after that. Remember when we had it?
Now that's a
outlaw?
shirt.
Yeah.
Invisibility. Okay, invisibility close, because shit isn't going to get weird after that.
Remember how we just had an outlaw flamethrower somewhere?
Yeah.
Invisible person with a flamethrower
Exactly.
is highly dangerous.
Yeah.
If you thought you could do some good recreation with just a flamethrower, think of all the recreations you can make with a flamethrower.
Shout out to the woman who made us a recreational vehicle.
Oh, God, that was freaking great.
If this podcast was video, I'd show it, but that makes no sense.
It's amazing. So that's pretty cool. So, I mean, obviously, military applications first. So you think about putting it on like a stealth fighter.
That's so funny. My first thought was Harry Potter. It was not military applications. I was like, oh,
Sneaking
sweet. We can just like make Harry Potter world cooler.
Alex is thinking war.
Yeah. Well, not me. The researchers were. I also was thinking war. Because I was like, what in the world would I actually want to invisible?
Yeah,
my car? Fuck no. People would hit me.
Yeah.
Myself? Why?
Just to play
so I can go to
practical
Starbucks
jokes?
and people can stand through me and bump into me and shit? Like, what else? What would I want to turn invisible?
If you're at a party and you're really bored and you want to sneak out, then you pull out your invisibility cloak.
Yeah, there's literally there's no reason to have an invisibility cloak if it's not for mischievous reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
If I were a teenage boy with you know what I'm saying? I'd steal so many comic books. You were thinking sex.
No, I was thinking comic
What do you
books.
mean? How could you sneak up and like
Sex people.
sex people? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Surprise,
the
I'm
girl's
actually
shower
here.
room.
That's called rape, Tom.
Yeah, you can do that now. It's just highly unethical and illegal. You know, steal
You
sex.
meant watching girls.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, got it.
Watching them.
Yeah.
Now I'm too old and I don't care anymore.
This is all.
I don't care anymore.
Well, no, unfortunately, we'd have to go back in time because now the internet exists.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can just do that.
Yeah.
Like before the internet, that was like a dream of all prepubescent children. It was like, if I could just be in this locker room. Now it's like, I just search video of locker room and there's like hired chicks that are just standing around in the locker room.
Lame.
Yeah, but they know we're watching.
My phone. I tweeted this week with the term internet in it, and my phone autocorrected internet and it capitalized it.
I know.
I was like, why do you think you're more important than you are?
Yeah, that's like if
Internet?
that would be amazing if like you do my phone and it always capitalized phone.
Yeah.
You're like, stop capitalizing yourself, phone. You're not that important.
Chill out.
Chill out. The internet.
You're not the boss of me. By the way, the reason I tweeted the word the reason I tweeted the word internet was because I was posting the iTunes podcast link for this.
Yeah.
And then iTunes podcast retweeted me.
Crazy, right?
Over 400,000 followers.
Podcast people.
So if some of you are here listening because iTunes podcast retweeted us, awesome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Please stick around.
Yeah. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Speaking of things that might make you stick around, how about this for the next story?
I like that segue.
Thank you.
That was a great segue.
Scientists fear sex robots
Oh, no.
could be bad for society.
Well, no shit. Isn't that what I've been saying the whole podcast?
Yeah,
All robots are bad for society.
No, but specifically sex robots.
Okay.
They've actually, so there are two scientists, Kathleen Richardson and Eric Billing.
Yeah.
They have actually launched a campaign against sex robots.
Okay.
Like, unironically, campaign against sex robots.
So,
But
like the
why?
movie Cherry 2000, where the guy marries his robot.
Yeah.
And then there's no So they're worried that you're not going to procreate and continue.
No, they're worried that what's going to happen is that this is what they said. They did not launch this campaign to protect the rights of robots. Instead, they're concerned that using sex robots could foster unhealthy attitudes towards sex and gender relations.
That makes sense, because if you can do like whatever you want to a robot, it makes you feel like you can do that to a person. You forget that the other human being has their own thoughts, feelings, and rights as well.
Yeah, they said the danger of sex robots lies in what we read into them, how we form fantasies that in some respects become a reality where the human
like
male
Her.
User
the
exactly
movie Her, yeah,
is expected to turn on his woman robot companion for his own lone pleasure. I think most of the world would agree this is a very far from a healthy mutual sexual relationship.
I don't necessarily. I don't know.
Well, first off, I love that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, 90% of sex robots are going to be women.
Right.
But that said, there will be 10% of the sex robots. But the crazy thing is, I didn't even think about this because I was like, what? Like, where's the news that there's been a big break in sex robot development?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it turns out there actually has been.
Really?
You know, have you heard? You've heard? I'm sure you guys have heard about real dolls or real girls or real dolls,
real
whatever.
dolls,
real dolls, right?
Yeah.
So the whole concept is this guy created these highly expensive, hyper realistic,
right?
Essentially,
that's like Lars and the Real Girl is a guy who falls in love with a real doll,
right? Yeah. So it's basically like these dolls, for any lack of a better term, that are fully anatomically correct and all this stuff, right? And they do make guy versions of the real dolls,
right?
But so the crazy thing is,
they have to be erect the entire time.
I think they might be
There's
replaceable.
A pump you can,
like a pump.
No, it's like switchable.
You just switch out dicks.
It's just like, look, I got you so excited.
Yeah.
Just pop that up, pop this on.
Yeah.
Now we're ready to go.
Romantic.
So romantic.
I hope it makes that noise too.
Hey, that'd be amazing. You're just sitting at a dinner party and it's like, uh-oh. What did you just say to turn him on? So that company has been designing, because essentially they have the body already.
Right.
So all they need to do is and they've created an artificial intelligence specifically designed to be the virtual representation of your real doll.
Right.
So now here it even gets even crazier. So right now, today, what you can do is you can download the real doll thing on your phone.
No.
And you can talk to the AI. You can go home, and then you can, using the Oculus Rift.
What?
Yeah.
You can interact with the virtual AI of your real doll while touching and feeling the actual real doll. Right. That's like today now can happen. But what they're working on is a fully animatronic head that goes on your real doll, and actually has interactions with you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this shit is happening.
But by the way, I was concerned about, what was it? Microsoft Glass? No, not Glass.
Surface.
No. They're
the augmented reality thing.
Yeah. What was that called?
Goop.
Shit.
I forget. But remember when we talked about that, and I was like, I'm so terrified about this, because all I could picture was the demo where that guy walks in, he walks home, puts on the glasses, and then he has his virtual calendar and his virtual Minecraft and his virtual dog and stuff like that. And all I could picture was that guy walking home and his wife being home and he putting on these glasses, and then all of a sudden it's like he's just separated himself from his actual reality to experience all this virtual reality. And I can't imagine how strained that relationship would be. And now it's gone even a step further, where people just have
HoloLens.
HoloLens, that was it.
When they can just go home and their real doll is lying on the bed, and then they're looking through and seeing
no longer
like a porn
have to
star.
have actual person-to-person relationships.
This is where they were saying this is not a good thing, and they're really worried about the fact that it might be the down. Now, that said, I mean, like,
there's no substitute for the real thing.
No,
you're gonna want to.
Well, but if it gets to a point where there kind of is, then that's where the society could be like, I'll just do. I mean, it's a little bit like Surrogates. Do you remember the movie Surrogates?
Yeah, with the Bruce Willis movie where everybody's living in their
So
avatar.
the comic book is actually fantastic. But the movie was okay, but it's one of those things. It's like that is what it becomes if you can have a sort of like the perfect
life
person,
right?
You know what I mean? Into whatever and by the way, it will only warp your perception of perfection more and more when you can just say, I want the arms that have the this, or I don't really like the, cheekbone thing. Let me get the second level cheekbone. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden you're like, because that's how it is. And that's how it is with Real Doll. Like go on and choose what you want your real doll to look like.
This might actually make relationships healthier because let's say, like you said, listen.
Go ahead, psychological Tom.
You said and you make a good point. 90% of those dolls are going to be women for guys because guys usually want it more than women, right?
Right.
So now we buy those dolls, and then we just stick around with the dolls. We keep having sex with our dolls, and the women who are like, I want to get some, and they're finally horny for once. And then they're like, I want to get some, and you're like, too bad, I got my perfect doll. And they're like, okay, I'll do whatever you want. Just come back to me. And then,
Tom, you should just stop talking.
Yeah, Tom.
This is not me. I'm just saying.
Also, this is not me. This is my buddy Tim. Tim had this idea.
No, Ted. Remember, it was Ted.
I'm saying it's a warning.
It's a warning.
You are just as passionate about this as a scientist.
By the way, Tom, women are just as horny as men. We're just not. There's some weird double standard in society where we're not allowed to express that as much.
You can.
That is totally true.
Express it.
Yeah,
Who
to
tell
you.
Not well.
He's like, this just got weird. I want to go back to where I said that women aren't horny.
I didn't say women. I forget it.
Yeah. Just stop talking about
it. But I do agree that there are going to be... I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's one of those things where you're like, why have we not been thinking about this issue? Like, I just sort of assumed from every 80s movie ever made that the logical step from robots is sex bots.
Yeah.
Every movie in the 80s was like
all
sex
of
bots.
Weird Science.
Yeah, of course.
There was an entire movie made about it.
Oh, Weird Science, man.
Yeah.
But actually, Weird Science is a good... Weird Science is a great example of what Tom was saying in a way.
Thank you.
In a way, which is like
that's right.
when the guys are presented with the perfect person, the perfect girl that does everything, there's nothing interesting about that, and that becomes something where they're like, well, I just want interaction with a human being.
That's my point exactly, Alex.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and say that's what you were grabbing at. But it's crazy that we're that close to.
We're so close that people need to start campaigning against it.
Yeah, and
that's interesting.
Full-on scientists were like, no, we're not being. And I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like it's one of those things that could easily be like, two scientists don't want sex bots. You know what I mean? But then when you start reading it, you're like,
20 years from now, we're gonna be like, shit, we should have listened to those two scientists.
Yeah.
Because now we're living in a Mad Max. There's no water, and we're all killing each other because society went crazy because we all had sex with robots instead of real people.
Yeah.
I think that.
Moral of the story, have sex with real people.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how we keep a healthy society.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's a lot of repression and murdering that happens to keep people from having sex.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
But in a way, isn't prostitution, like legal prostitution, isn't that also giving you the wrong idea of what?
And this is what they said they said that it's going to exacerbate the sex trade because right now the sex trade essentially it's like if everybody could have access to legal unmorally,
judgmental.
Judged prostitution, that then it would just heighten the amount of negative impact because of the fact that the sex trade is so negative. You know what I mean? So essentially the way they're saying it is that like you got to be pretty depraved or at least have an interesting state of mind to go and be like, I'm going to go have sex for $20 with this person who's clearly been trafficked, right? But if you go, but I bought a sex bot because it's being advertised and, it's like totally normal. It's just a sex bot. Then that starts you down that path of being like, the things that I do to my sex bot could be things that make it seem
paid
less,
for this.
Yeah, and it makes and it's basically essentially having the same sort of relationship, even though it basically emphasizes the dehumanization of the woman.
Oh man,
it's the gateway bot.